What's up? This is Six Leaf Clover Fire here. Welcome back to How Much One Piece Can I Stomach? It's been a while. And like a pirate, I've got a horse on me. No, just kidding. This is a bird, but her name is Horse. So, exactly. If I was thinking properly, I would have covered in my last video episodes 3 through 8 because episode 8 finished the Captain Buggy arc, whatever it's called, which was fine. It wasn't. It was a little slow, but it wasn't. It wasn't that bad. Syrup Village arc definitely struggles. It has its moments, of course. These are episodes 9 through 18, which honestly really confused me because I would think it would be episodes 9 through 17 because episode 18 has nothing to do with Syrup Island, like whatsoever. And episode 17 feels like the end of the arc, not episode 18. But whatever, that's what all the sources say, and I'll talk about it. So, my best friend did tell me about this arc and told me it was horrible. He's the one that's seen 100 episodes exactly. Because everybody told him it gets good after episode 100. So, anyway, I got through it. And he said he would be surprised if I got through it. But, okay, so Usopp gets gets introduced, and I've seen Usopp before. I knew the character's name and what he looked like for years because he's iconic, right? And we see him in the intro. I didn't know he used a slingshot until the intro, of course. And then my best friend had told me he's a liar. All that stuff. So, yeah, it was a whole lot of nothing. I didn't hate the arc. There were some fun things that happened, like Nami knocking Zoro down the hill that had lubrication on it. I forget what what it was. Some KY jelly, I guess. I think it was oil actually, but that was funny. Of course, it was inherently flawed because they went to the opposite port. Luffy getting lost, just running north was hilarious. Yeah, it gets old with Usopp just constantly running around the village saying that pirates are coming, pirates are coming. And establishing him as a liar. Like, you could do that very quickly. That took they just droned on, and that they come back to it at the end of the arc, and I think it was awesome. But I'll touch on that in a minute. But Captain Kuro is actually a cool villain. I also liked Captain Buggy, but let me look something up. Hold on. So, Captain Kuro reminds me of Ben Ravencroft from Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, who was voiced by Tim Curry. Obviously, I know that Captain Kuro was not voiced by Tim Curry, but how cartoonishly evil Captain Kuro is reminded me a lot of Ben Ravencroft, which is good. I like that. It's charming. It reminded me of Scooby-Doo. It was nostalgic to me, so it was good. He also has an interest. I think they I think they called it like the pussyfoot technique, which was pretty funny. And he had another attack where he just started just killing everybody. It was wild. But yeah, Zoro's still awesome. That hypnotist guy, I forget his name, but he was pretty cool. But why was he so useless? Like, I thought he was gonna be like super strong. Yeah, no, it was a whole lot. All he did was stand. I'm not even being sarcastic. No, I'm not even exaggerating, I should say. He just stood on the hill. Did nothing. Like, okay, later he does stuff. But He just stands there. Luffy's an idiot, so he gets hypnotized and falls off a cliff. Did I say cliffed? He falls off a cliff. Which was funny. I like it. Also, plot hole. How much effort would it have been to just kill Usopp? Like, come on. It's kind of silly. Just kill Usopp. Captain Crow could have easily done it, or the hypnotist. Just throwing that weapon, which is a cool weapon, because Usopp initially thought it was a weapon, and was like, "Oh no, it's a hypnosis. It's like a trinket or whatever you would call it." No, actually ended up being a weapon too. I don't know what it's called, but that was a cool weapon. Yeah, he could have just easily just killed Usopp. Like, just stop with that. Oh, we're gonna let you live because nobody's gonna believe you anyway. If you're that cartoonishly evil, just kill him anyway. Like, come on. Why didn't he kill the children either? Like, there's plot holes in this arc. There really are. Quite a bit of plot holes. I forget how they resolved the whole, because it was kind of silly that what's her face had to write the will. Oh, but then it turned out that it didn't. Technically, it didn't have to have happened. Captain Crow was gonna kill everybody anyway. All of his former crewmates, just anybody that knew him as Captain Crow, so he can have a whole new life. So they kind of made it make sense, but it was still silly. You know what I mean? The two brothers were initially cool, especially the one with the whiskers. Not the cow one. I think the cat one is. He was cool. Stealing Zoro's swords like that was pretty badass. I was like, oh cool, we got like Toguro brothers s characters. No, they ended up definitely not strong and awesome like the Toguro brothers, unfortunately. But it's hard to do that, because when the Toguro, okay, spoilers for Yu Yu Hakusho. When the Toguro brothers were introduced, they were already like shown to be extremely strong, but we kind of get a sense, okay, they're gonna Yusuke and Kuwabara are gonna find a way to defeat them, and that'll be that. And yeah, it happens, but no, actually it didn't. Even as strong as they were back then, they're actually way stronger, and we get to see it in the Dark Tournament. But that's kind of where I was expecting that to go, especially because initially it was all like trickery. Oh, you thought we were weak? No, you fell for our ruse. Kind of, you know what I mean? And then Captain Crow just ended up being a disappointment too. Yeah, that's pretty funny, isn't it? Like, Luffy just kind of wraps around him and stretches his head back and slams it and like knocks him out. He's not dead, but he's like completely incapacitated at this point. It was a Luffy win, but it was kind of silly. Like, I expected more of a fight. Like, that happened like at the very start of episode 17. Like, it just wasn't very dramatic. And that's coming from somebody who sat through all those episodes where it was just a lot of standing and talking and not doing much of anything. Which I think even diehard One Piece fans would agree with. But I made it through it. The best part of the arc, for sure, because I do like Usopp, him joining the crew. I like Zoro saying, like, what are you talking? Get up here. Like, come on. You're going with us. And that surprised him. That was great. I loved that. Additionally, the ship is awesome. The fact that Mary gave them the ship was cool because those are the people that Kaya is her name. Those are the people that Luffy went to in the first place. I don't remember Captain Crow's fake name. They asked him as well, but I don't know. Mary did, and so they went to the right people for it. I don't know, and that's the thing. I don't know if the ship. I forget the name of it. It's something sheep or so, onward sheep or something like that. Onward rain, something like that. I suspect it'll be the ship the entire show. But maybe there's upgrades. Maybe that ship gets destroyed. I don't know. I expect things to stay pretty, like, once they're established, to stay pretty consistent. We've already got established permanent characters. Luffy's the main character. Zoro. Usopp and Nami. They're going to be an entire show. It's no secret there. I will say something in a second, but and then we get to the Treasure Island episode. That was a good episode. I really liked that episode. The guy had fallen into a treasure chest and can't get out. Has nothing to do with Syrup Village. Maybe that's a filler episode. Yeah, it's a filler episode for sure because nothing happens. Jack shit happens for the storyline. That's why it's included. Okay, it's filler. Otherwise you would have to throw it into the next arc and it just doesn't fit. It's just a filler episode between arcs. I just figured it out. Got it. But it was a good episode. I liked it. Of course, it's like, yeah, you could join the crew. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to. I want to stay with the animals. Well, no fucking shit. He can't go because he's a filler character. What are you talking about? So I'm 99% sure he would not be in the manga then. That kind of thing. I do know a spoiler, I will say. I know that Nami doesn't officially join the crew until like episode 50s or something like that. She's just there to double cross right now. I don't know what's gonna win her over and make her stay, and how they're actually gonna end up trusting her, and how long it's gonna take for them to trust her. But I'm like 99. If I'm completely wrong, then I'm gonna sound like an idiot. But I'm 99% sure that I read that she's not she's not. And I'm pretty sure my best friend told me that too. They went kind of giving me a brief synopsis through episode 100. That she's still just double crossing, stealing behind their backs, kind of thing. I could see. If I'm wrong though, I would be surprised because it's a spoiler. I mean, I read about it. I'm like, okay, I have no reason I have no reason to think that that was just like a lie, or that I just hallucinated. You know what I mean? So sorry about that, y'all. But oh, and then another very, very mild spoiler. Like, I'd seen pictures of Zoro before many years ago, and I remember distinctly him having a slice through his left eye. And my best friend said, no, he has both eyes. You're thinking of Luffy, and I think he was talking about the scar around Luffy's eye, which is also his left eye, actually. Right? But he hadn't gotten to the point. I guess there's a time skip. No, I know for a fact there's a time skip later on, and Zoro just has that slice. And spoiler, I know. And I asked ChatGPT. I was like, okay, I know this happens, because I'd seen pictures. I was like, without spoiling, just please tell me that he loses his eye in a really awesome way. Like, I don't want it to be something stupid or silly. You know, kind of like how another spoiler for a movie in Captain Marvel, uh, Fury, I loses his eye due to an alien cat scratch, right? Okay, okay, like whatever, man. I'm disappointed. Like we don't know. Are you you're telling me we don't know how Zoro lost his eye? Like Luffy never asked him. I guess he wouldn't have to ask. If the gang constantly stays together, he would already know. But nobody ever talks about it. We don't get a flashback. We don't. And I find out there are still people holding hope that we find out this ship has sailed. No pun intended. If we're 1,100 episodes in, and the time skip, I don't know when the time skip happens. Let's say around 200. That's a long. That's far into the, like 200 episodes is a long time, but that's 900 episodes where we don't know shit. You know, so like let's just sail. Just at this point, don't even fucking tell us. You know what I mean? Like, just come on, like. Yeah, some people think it's symbolic, and that we'll find out one day. Maybe Oda knows. Ow. And then there's ow, other people that are just like, yeah, we're never gonna find out, and that's, I doubt we ever will. We shall see. Apparently, the show, well, the series, you know, because manga comes first. Probably wrap up in the next, I don't know, half decade, maybe less. Let me look that up real quick, and then I think this was a good. But yeah, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. Not yet, at least. We got more in me. I don't know when we get introduced to Sanji, but that'll be cool. Apparently, he's a cool character. When will One Piece end? Sometime within the next 3 to 5 years. Oda's plans are subject to change, though. Potentially will continue for longer. Oh yeah, and I already know about Gear 5 and everything. I know the basic concepts of what gears are. Well, not what they are, but about it. Like, I know about it. Hey, you're ripping holes in my fucking shirt. Let's see. Let me look up One Piece. I'm not ready to do chores and go to bed. I'll be honest. There's a One Piece film Z. Wait a second. I just assumed that was like a mashup between Dragon Ball Z and One Piece. No, it's not. Because there's a Powerpuff Girls Z. I'm not even joking. Where there's literally Powerpuff Girls, but Dragon Ball Z. Girls, Dragon Ball Z anime. What is it? Is it not a thing? I thought it was a thing. What am I thinking of? Yeah, now I'm not seeing any results. And I've completely... No, there's nothing about it. What? Was that a troll? I don't... Yeah, I found it. Powerpuff Girls Z was never released in America. Okay, I wonder why. Oh, I found it. Tokyo Mew Mew. Is that it? No, it's not. Okay, I'm just talking about nonsense. I can't even find it on my anime list now. Whatever. We're talking about One Piece. Or we should be. So, Luffy is the most favorited character on the show. What type F? What the fuck? Yeah, F for fuck. 144,000. Actually, is he higher than Lelouch? Maybe Lelouch is higher. Zoro has like how many? 113,000. Masanji, let's see. 32,000. I don't know anything about Robin. 22,000. Chopper Tony. Don't really know anything about him. 16,000. Nami. 16,000, right? Okay. Usopp. 14,000. Seems like Usopp's not very loved. I know 14,000 is still a lot of people. Ow! I know that's still a lot. Okay, and then there's like other people like Brooke. Dead Bones, 10,000, 11,000. Close to 11,000. Ranky, 6,000. I don't know how main, like it says main, but you never know. Jinbe, King of the Sea boss, 4,000. Okay. I already know about like Blackbeard and stuff. Anyway, let's see Lelouch. What's the only other thing I want to see? Who's got... Okay, yeah, Lelouch's 174,000. I don't get it. Lelouch is okay. But I just don't like Hood Geass. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.